everyone. I'm assuming that you completed your pre-work of listening to Trevor Hall's album 108 times. Yeah? Okay. If you haven't, you're missing out. Otherwise, let's do our thing, yeah? Whatever you need to do to really land. Right? What can you set aside? Re-examine everything you have with you. Because there's a good chance that you don't need all of it. Anything you can set aside, do that now. Right? Find your seat, gather your props if you need them. If there's anything you need me to know about your practice or your body or what's going on for you, the chat is always open. So I've been listening to Trevor Hall's new album on repeat. And I could probably wrap a practice around each track, maybe even each line of each track. And the one that stood out right away, first at least, was called Open Doors. A track called Open Doors. And I ran with that one for a while. So I figured I'd share my impression. So as you get collected, and as you start to get connected, maybe think about each level of your being, from the grossest to the most subtle, as a space within you. Maybe even a room. And what we want to do is open all the doors. Maybe even the windows. And as you approach the space that is your physical body, open that door. Maybe pause at the threshold. Pause at every threshold, to every new space. And take it in. Look around. We don't need to go rushing into it. We pause. Survey the space. Take attendance, who's here. And then knowing that our work is to clear these spaces. Energize them. Occupy them completely. Knowing that, what's here today, what needs to be cleared, what needs to be opened, what needs to be stepped into. So the physical level, the body, subtler into the heart, the emotional body. Open those doors. Survey those landscapes. The mental body, that space as well, the thoughts, the mind. Step into these spaces, recognizing that maybe they just need to be swept out. Turn to the breathing. these first few mindful, conscious breaths. Big sighs out the mouth, pausing, holding, playing with bandhas, stepping right into ujjayi. Whatever it is you need. Let it be intuitive, spontaneous, organic. And the first line from his track, Open Doors, just says, all of my doors are open. Maybe that becomes a mantra for at least a few moments. All of my doors are open. All of my doors are open. How does that resonate? Is the body, the heart, the mind in agreement? Or is there resistance, skepticism when you say that? All of my doors are open. Maybe it's a good time to bring the hands together. The thumbs to the center of the chest. Using the feedback from your initial inquiry, what's the work? Why are you here? Let it surprise you, your answer. Or maybe you know exactly where you have to go. So aim for that. Set it as intention, turn to the God or Goddess of your own understanding and frame it as prayer. I want to offer the last verse of that track, Open Doors, as maybe my prayer or even our prayer this morning. It's all in perfect timing. We crush all our doubt. We step into warrior status, knowing that all things come back around. We pull back our arrow and shoot for the soul, standing strong like mountain. We are coming home. We send all that out with the sound of 3 ohms. Exhale completely wherever you are. Go all the way to empty. And take a unified breath, a full breath in. And pause maybe. And a complete breath out when you're ready, all the way to empty. If you're inclined, when you're ready, 3 ohms, inhale. the next step. Release the hands when you're ready. Stay here for just a couple more minutes to turn directly to that Ujjayi breath. We breathe through the nose. Regulate the breath with the back of the throat. The valve is there, the release valve, the entry point. The abdomen, the diaphragm are actively involved. As we inhale, abdomen expands, diaphragm draws down, filling the lungs completely. And as we exhale, it's abdomen towards the spine. Unless we're pregnant, diaphragm up. Exhaling, exhaling, exhaling more. Finding your rhythm. Maybe not the longest or deepest, but long and deep and sustainable. You'll lose that rhythm. Just keep coming back to it again and again and again. Using it to sweep all these spaces clear. And then using it to occupy those spaces completely, powerfully, peacefully. If you need to sit a little bit longer to find that deep rhythm, you do that. When you're ready, we're going to continue standing, but you know I want to give you the time you need to get there. So you stay here, you go child's pose, cat, cow, down dog, squat, forward fold, whatever your journey looks like from where you are to standing. And if you're ready, like Sessa is, you just pop straight to your feet. Yeah, you don't have to make it too complicated. Wherever you end up, every shape we make. And in between poses, we want to be grounded and connected and earthed. So whatever that looks like for you, when we're standing, it's down through the feet. Again, there's no rush. No rush. You guys have all heard the speech before. Right? Nothing original happening here. Spread the toes, balance the weight, move the awareness up into the legs and get them strong and supported, right? Attention to the knees if there's any issues. Up into the hips, the pelvis, what's going on there, find balance. Listen, hear what you hear, feel it all. And from all that support, keep lifting. Lengthen the side body, right up into the armpits. The waist is long, spine is energized, shoulders broad. All this energy that we're building and connecting to and containing and directing, we want to turn it inwards. So that might be as simple as taking the palms to the side of the legs and recirculating that energy back through the body. And then when you find that balance, your center, you simply plant the head neatly on top. So lift the back of the head, the crown, draw the chin in and down. And that Ujjayi rhythm hasn't been broken, right? It's still there. There's that expansion, that lengthening, that energizing. As we inhale, we go to the top and we float, enjoy the view. And then when it's time to exhale, it's a spiraling inwards and down, a squeezing, a folding, a pouring out, all the way to empty, to still and quiet. And back and forth, a couple more times. All right, one more deep, full Ujjayi breath here. simple movement to begin. Head stays down. Next, inhale to lift your arms to the side and up. At the top, lace, turn the palms and press, stretching. And as you exhale your breath, you release your arms all the way back down. And go all the way to empty. And then do it again. Follow the breath. Inhale, arms lift. Lift, lace, press. Be here at full. Make it sing for a moment. And then as you exhale, again, let the arms float. Keep the ribs lifted, the legs strong, the waist long, all the way to empty. Quiet here for a moment, and then rebound as you inhale one more time. Arms to the side and up. Lace and press and stretch. And as you exhale, release. Keep exhaling, keep exhaling, keep exhaling. And then slide the hands to the front of the thighs. Keep the head down, the tail plugged. Inhale, reach the arms forward and up. Keep the head down, the front ribs gathered. Stretch up. Maybe the arms go back a little. And as you exhale, slowly, within your breath, release the arms forward and down. Do that twice more. Your breath, the speed of the movement dictated by its length. Inhale. Tail stays plugged, front ribs in, reach up, and then maybe arms back. And then you release, exhaling all the way back down. Do that one more time. Your breath. Strong legs, press down to reach higher, drop the head, arms back a little, and then release, exhaling, arms forward and down. Then we'll slide the hands to the side of the legs again for our shoulder rotations. Inhale, arms to the side and up. Head stays down, lace and stretch the top. And as you exhale, there's a bit of an arch to drop the hands, to sweep the arms forward, shoulder height, palms up, spine upright, head down, empty. Your inhale, your arms to the side and up. Strong legs, long spine, stretch. Wait for your exhale, release the arms forward, palms down, shoulder height, sweep open. Shoulder blades squeeze together behind you. Then inhaling, come forward, lift up, and stretch. And as you exhale, release your arms. Twice more like that, follow your breath. Inhale. Head down, stretch. Exhale to soften to arch. Drop the hands, sweep the arms forward. They get straight, spine upright, head down, empty. Inhale to the side and up. Lace and press at the top. And as you exhale, release the arms forward. Sweep open, explore that range. And then come on back, inhale. Lift. Exhale to release. Don't wait for me. Don't let me rush you. One more round. You go. Just land. Take a few breaths. If you want to keep going, you're always welcome. Another round or two. Otherwise, just land in it for a moment. Right. Door is still open. Beautiful. Okay, one more real simple vinyasa from here for the side body. Inhale, float the arms again. Lift them up, lace and press. This time look forward, bring the head to neutral. And as you exhale, we tip to the right. Just touching the bottom for a moment. And then inhale, come back up. Do the same the other way. As you exhale, tip to the left. Right shoulder stays back. Just touch the briefly, and then come on back up. Inhale. And again, we'll go over to the right. Exhale. This time stay 2 breaths. So left shoulder back. Inhale, find some length. Maybe you pull out a bit. Exhale, maybe we go deeper, pushing the hips away. 1 more breath here. And inhale, come all the way back up. Lift, lift, lift. Exhale, over to the left. Right shoulder stays back. 2 breaths. Inhale, maybe you back off. Exhale, you deepen. 1 more here. All right, come on back. As you inhale, lift, lift, lift. Exhale, release the arm. Just take a breath here. Feel all that sensation in the waist and the side body to its depth. And when you're ready, we step top of the mat. Right? We'll start building up those sun salutations. Exhale completely here, all the way empty. As you inhale, you lift your arms. This time we're bringing the palms together, maybe looking up, stretching up. Keep the strength and the length as you exhale and dive forward, fold. Right. And just these half little sun salutations. Inhale, lift halfway, lengthen, shift the weight forward, look forward. And as you exhale, fold again. Keep exhaling, keep exhaling. And as you inhale, rise. So strong legs, long spine. You can roll up if you need. Reach up, stretch up, maybe look up. And as you exhale, stand tall again, top of the mountain. Release the arms, drop the chin, empty the lungs. Stay strong now. Twice more like that. Follow the breath. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, pour it out, fold forward, dive. Go all the way to empty. You wait for your breath and then lengthen as you inhale. Look forward. Exhale to fold again, all the way to empty. Your breath, you rise. Inhale to the top. Exhale, stand tall. 1 more time. Less of me, more your breath. You go. Inhale to reach. Exhale to fold. Lengthen, stretch forward, inhale. Pour it all out, including yourself. Inhale to the top. Exhale, stand tall. We'll build. Inhale, reach. Press down, stretch up. Exhale, dive forward. Inhaling to shift the weight to the hands. Step back to a high plank and pause. Again, you can skip this, right? Anytime you want. Maybe the knees need to come down. Maybe you stay, right? Do what you need. Legs are strong if the knees are up. Front ribs are drawn in. You're dynamically connected to the floor through the hands. Push it away from you to lift the upper back higher, right? There, yeah. Perfect. Inhale to find some length. We're going to go back as we exhale to a downward facing dog. So just slide back as you exhale. All right, we'll take a few breaths here for you to do whatever dance you need. Knowing that maybe you don't need to jump around or walk it out. Or maybe it's all right there. Plugged in, supported, energized, long and spacious. Take a couple more breaths. Inner hands pressing, hips further from the wrists. Legs towards straight. Maybe they're ready now. Yeah, let the head go completely. Knowing that you're probably holding your head up a little bit, maybe drop it. There you go, Michelle. Let it go. 1 more breath here. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to ground. And now just forward and back a few times. Use the breath. Inhale, ripple forward to that high plank. And then the exhale to slide back. Lift the hips, drop the head, down dog. Do that a couple more times. Inhale forward. If the knees are down, you could slide back to a child's pose. There you go. One more time like that, just using your breath, undulating maybe. Right? Rippling forward, sliding back. All right. This time, inhale, come forward. And as you exhale, we're going to lower to the floor. So drop the knees maybe, land. Just pulse up and down a few times. Inhale, roll the shoulders, lengthen, lift the front body. And the exhale maybe to release you back down. 2 more breaths here. Inhale, lengthen, lift. Now as you exhale, you can stay up and shift around and roll the shoulders or lower. 1 more back bend. Inhale, lift again or lift higher. And then this time as you exhale and release, push back knees, tuck toes, down dog. Now just 1 breath. Inhale, come forward, high plank. You exhale and lower halfway or all the way, yogi's choice. From the floor, that low back bend, or from that low hover, upward facing dog. As you inhale, don't rush. Your exhale slides you back, downward facing dog. Anytime we come here, the down dog can look suspiciously like a child's pose. Maybe it's a handstand. What do you need? Exhale completely. 1 more breath. If you're resting, join us when you're ready. Lengthen as you inhale. Ground as you exhale. Soften the knees, look forward as you inhale, travel, step or float. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, stand tall. Now I am going to play this track for us, so if you need to adjust your volume levels, I apologize. Hopefully it's smooth. A few rounds of these sun salutations. Yeah. Follow your breath, do what you need. Exhale completely here. And when you're ready, inhale, reach up. Exhale, dive forward. Shift the weight as you inhale. Step or float as you exhale. Lower halfway or all the way. Lengthen, lift as you inhale. And slide back as you exhale. 3 breaths in down dog. If it does cut out again, just keep going. You guys know these sun salutations. I'll find my way back in. Finishing the round you're on, we'll do 1 more. So keep going, follow the breath. done, top of the mat, mountain pose. Keep breathing, roots deep, legs strong, spine electric. It's all in perfect timing. We're crushing all our doubts. We step into warrior status and all things come back around. We're pulling back our arrows. We're shooting for the soul. Standing strong like mountain. We are coming home. All my doors are open. Step in. Go deeper. We get higher. Top of the mat. Exhale completely. We'll get into the legs a little bit, feet together. As you inhale, float the arms up, lift the arms, keep the head down, lace the fingers, turn the palms, and then as you exhale, sit, right? Maybe just a little bit, maybe a lot, right? We've got a few moments here, a few breaths to maybe bounce a little bit, or rock forward and back, or even sweep side to side a little. Yeah, feet together, knees squeezing will help. Yeah, you might sit right down to the heels. Once you find your depth, lift the navel, lift the heart. Stretch the arms and take them back a little bit. Beautiful. Exhale, sitting deeper still. And then just a few pulses. Inhale, straighten the legs, lengthen up, stretch. Exhale, sit back down. A little or a lot or more. Wait for the inhale and lengthen straight up. Exhale, sitting back down. One more time up. Inhale. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Reach higher. Exhale, sit to your depth. Keep exhaling, keep exhaling, keep exhaling. Stay 2 breaths. Keep the heart lifted, the arms stretching. Exhale, one more breath here. Full breath in. Complete breath out. And be patient, don't rush. Inhale, straighten the legs, lengthen up. And then exhale, dive forward, fold. Perfect. We'll stay in this forward fold for a few breaths, right? What does it need to be? Right? What do you need to do to get the legs straight? That might mean backing off, using the props, the blocks. Right? Maybe what you need is to bend the knees a lot and just hang out here for a moment. That's cool too. Just get the heart rate back, get the breath back. Take another breath or two here. In movement, sometimes that's the way through, or in stillness, that's where we're going. One more breath here. All the way empty. As you inhale, lengthen forward a little. And then we're going to step the left foot back. Turn the left heel in at an angle. Lunging into the right leg, just marking this shape for a moment. Back leg strong, front leg lunge. We're going to start to stand up, drawing the right hip back, rolling the left hip forward. Tail plug, front ribs in, lift the rib cage, lift the shoulders, maybe lift the arms. Maybe start to look up, maybe the palms come together, deep roots. Inhale to really stretch all the way to the top. And as you exhale, take the hands down, step left foot forward, step right foot back. And same little marking. Get that back foot set, lunge into left leg, squaring the hips, stand up when you're ready. What's going on here in the pelvis with the rib cage? Maybe you can lift any arm variations you're working with, move towards them, right? Inhale, really stretch here. We're just going to go back and forth, side to side. So as you exhale, hands down, step forward, step back, right? Set the feet, get the legs, inhale to the top. Adding extra breath in anytime you need. As you exhale, hands down. And again, step forward, step back. Planted, strong through the legs, lifted long through the spine, the arms, and as you exhale again, hands down, step forward, step back, and just keep going. Follow your breath. Right? The longer the breath, the more you pause in between, the more time and space you'll have to transition, to move all the way through this shape to the top, and then all the way back down without anxiety, without stress. Right? So try and find that. And if you can't in a single breath, add an extra breath in. Do a few more rounds. Forward and back, planted strong, all the way to full, be there, and all the way to empty. There you go. Next time the right foot is forward, stay. So next time, right foot forward, left foot back. Build it up. And then just land here. So Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Weights balancing the feet, that back leg is strong. Right hip drawing back, left hip forward, front ribs gather, and then we're straight up through the spine. If the shoulders, the arms are on line, they're stretching. Any other variations? The hands can be together at the heart or on the hips or behind you if you like. What do you need? Use the breath. A couple more rounds here. Full breath in. Complete breath out every time. Inhale, full pose, make it sing. And then as you exhale, take the hands down, step forward, step back, set it up. We've got a handful of breaths. Use them to get deeper into that room. Door is open. You go. Maybe you're getting involved in the shoulders or the arms. Don't forget about that back leg. It stays strong. Set that pattern, maintain it. Stretching through the side body. If the arms are up, stretch from the waist, up through the shoulders, right up through the arms. Couple more breaths here, all the way to full, all the way to empty. One more inhale, full pose, inhale. As you exhale, take the hands down. This time step back and do your thing. Do you need the push-up or 3? Straight to down dog or child's pose, yogi's choice. Downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. 2 more. 1, if you're resting, join us when you're ready. There's no rush. All the way empty. On empty, soften, look forward. As you inhale, travel, step or float. Lengthen as you arrive. Fold as you exhale. Inhale and rise. Heart forward, arms out, all the way up and stretch. Exhale, stand tall. Yeah, skip it. Whatever it is. Each moment is a new space. You pause at every threshold. All the doors are open. Don't struggle. Don't get distracted. Move mindfully into each moment, each new space, through every door, step by step. And when you're ready, from the top of the mat, real simple, just take a big step open to face the side. Perfect. Right away, left toes turn in a little, right toes turn out. We're going to keep both legs straight and strong. Okay, if you can still hear me, Utthita Trikonasana, we're building it up. know how to do triangles. It's just us making sure it's your test. All right. Finish what you're doing. Get complete. And come on back. Yeah. So that big step wide to set the feet up. Left toes in, right toes out. Yeah. Legs strong, arms lifted, shoulder height. And then use an inhale to lengthen and reach along the right leg. And at your edge, we're just tipping. Yeah. Right hand down. And if the way is clear, if the room's clear, right, you go full expression. But maybe the left hand goes to the hip at first, right? To find length, use that top shoulder blade to turn the chest. Yeah. Remember, both legs are strong. That might lift you out of this pose a little bit. There's a few of us that could do with shifting the hips forward and leaning back. Carly, it's behind you a little bit. Maybe even take the block outside the leg. Yeah, and lean back. There. Yeah, and then use that top shoulder blade to turn the chest. And then maybe you look. And then maybe you reach. A few more breaths here. Wherever the focus is. Right? The feet, the legs, the spine, the shoulders. The breath, the breath, the breath. Yeah. 2 or 3 more breaths here. The inhale is always to lengthen and expand. The exhale is to spiral, to fold, to rotate. 1 more breath here. Full breath in. Complete breath out. Looking down, grounded as you inhale nice and strong. When you're ready, all the way up. If the way is clear, just go. Switch the feet. Use the next inhale to lengthen. If you need to release the arms and roll them around a bit, do that too. Feet are planted, legs are strong. The inhale is to lengthen along the leg, and the exhale is to tip and to start to turn the rib cage, right? Not the head. Start by turning the rib cage. Use that right shoulder blade into the back of the chest. Yeah. Roll that bottom shoulder too. Left shoulder rolls back and down. And if you have the left hand firmly on something, push it away from you to get further from the floor, to get longer through the arms and the shoulder groove. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, we deepen. Maybe we would reach up. Maybe we look up. Definitely breathing deep. 2 or 3 more breaths here. Push the hips forward, lean back. It's behind you. Remember that. That might mean coming higher. Maybe that left hand comes up to the shin or even the knee. Lean back. 1 more breath here. Full breath in. Complete breath out. Looking down, grounded as you inhale, come all the way up. This time, hands to hips. Left toes turn in. Feet planted, legs strong. Maybe the feet are wider. Right? We're going to fold. Inhale to lengthen, lift the front body. Exhale to fold forward and dive. And then when you can, release the hands to the blocks or the floor or a chair. Notice that you shifted the weight back and maybe play with shifting it forward. Right? If the knees need to be bent here, great. And maybe you back off the fold a little bit. Right? Shift the weight forward, walk the hands forward, back off the fold to really work the legs. Stronger and straighter. And as you step up to each door and sweep each space clear, you go deeper, you step in. Sometimes there's movement needed, sometimes just patience, awareness. Make that attention loving, so without judgment. And just keep following the path. You got it. A few more breaths here. Maybe 2 more. Strong legs, long spine. Pull a little bit deeper as you exhale. exhale. One more breath here. All the way empty. You can stay longer. When you're ready, inhale, lift, halfway lengthen. What you'll do from here is start to walk the hands to the right foot. Turn the right toes to point out. Lift the left heel. Square the hips towards the end of the mat and drop the left knee. Perfect. Just find this lunge for a moment. And then we're going to bring both hands up to that right thigh, right knee. Push back a little bit so the tail's plugged and the spine is long. You might even draw that right foot back. Find balance, find focus. Bring the palms together, thumbs to heart. Inhale, reach the chest forward, drawing the right hip back. And as you exhale, work to hook left elbow outside right knee. This could be your left hand with your right hand to your lower back. Wherever you are, inhale, lift the chest, draw the right hip back. Exhale, rotate deeper. Right? And just keep using the breath like that. If you want to fire up, the left toes might tuck under. You could lift the left knee. Sometimes we like to open the arms. Maybe you even find an arm balance. That's maybe the progression of it. Right? Handful of breaths here. The inhale to lengthen. Drawing the right hip back. Exhale, rotate deeper. Use that top shoulder to turn the ribs, turn the chest. Perfect. Exhale completely to your depth. One more breath here. Full breath in. Complete breath out. And then use your inhale to return. Back to center. Both hands down. Lift the left knee. And then walk the hands back to the middle. Right toes in. Left toes in for a moment. Whatever you need to do here to clear. And then we're going the other way. So we're going to walk the hands to the left foot. Turn the left toes forward, lift the right heel, square the hips towards the end, drop the knee. Just land. Maybe the work is here. If and when you're ready, bring both hands up to the left thigh, push back a little to get upright, maybe even draw that foot. Palms together, thumbs to heart. Find balance. Inhale, lengthen the chest forward, drawing left hip back. As you exhale, turn to the left, right elbow or right hand to right knee, or left knee, sorry. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to deepen. Maybe you're good right here. If we're still stepping, maybe back toes tuck, right knee lifts, maybe the arms open. Again, 4 or 5 breaths. To explore, to inquire, to maybe just be here. All the way to empty every time. Don't rush that inhale, go to the top and be there. One more exhale, all the way to empty, to your depth. You can stay longer. When you're ready, it's the inhale that brings you back to center. Both hands down, lift the right knee and walk back to the middle. Perfect. A few breaths in this fold. We're going to move from here to a squat. So you can stay in the fold longer. When you're ready, find the lift, heel toe the feet. Bend the knees and sit deep. You can sit on those blocks. The heels can be off the floor, right? If that happens though, maybe keep the hands down. You can turn this into that long regal squat. Palms together, thumbs to heart. Lengthen lift. Again, sometimes movement's the way through. We're moving towards stillness. Maybe find that here. Another breath or two. Maybe one more. All right. From here, when it's time, real simple. Maybe the hands behind you. Maybe you just sit straight down. Bring the knees and the feet together. Give yourself a hug here. A little squeeze. All right. And then swing on the seat. Turn yourself forward on the mat again. We're going to keep the right knee hugged in, and we're going to extend the left leg forward. Yeah? And then when you get that, we're going to drop the right knee out to the right. So bring the sole of the right foot to the inner left leg, anywhere from the knee to the inner thigh to right into the groin. Support that right knee with a block or a blanket if you need. Draw the left seat back a little bit. So we're turning towards that left leg. Inhale to lift. And as you exhale, maybe start to walk the hands towards the left ankle, the left heel, the left foot. When you find something to catch, inhale, find length. Again, roll yourself forward. And then the exhale is to fold into that leg, the left leg. Janu Shirshasana, head to knee. So once you find that foundation, the length and the turn and the bind, right, we are rolling into the leg, collapsing forward, taking the forehead to the knee. Right? Anywhere along that path. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold deeper. The inhale to roll the spine forward. Exhale to pull yourself deeper into this space. Two or three more breaths here. How about one more breath? Exhale. Releasing the hold. Inhale, walking yourself back to upright. And we like this little counter pose these days. Take the right hand out behind you at an angle from the right hip. Pushing into left heel, right knee, right hand. Lift the hips up, open to the side, lengthen the side body. Maybe the arm reaches overhead. You might catch the back of the head. Right, a breath or two here to stretch and lengthen and open that side of the body. Beautiful. One more breath here. Exhale. And then inhale, come on back. Sit down. Turn forward again. Now what we'll do from here, a little bit different from the last few practices, is lift the right knee up. Turn forward. Step the right foot over the left leg. Yeah. You can stay like this with the left leg extended, or you bend the left leg beside you. Find balance in the seat though, and then hug the right knee in. So inhaling to lift, and as you exhale, we're turning into the right leg. Yeah? So we're twisting to the right. And just keep breathing and moving. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, turn. And you can stay like this, hugging the knee in. Eventually you might release that right hand behind you. Not to lean into or collapse into, but to use to find a bit more length and lift. Maybe a roll of the shoulders. And as you exhale, use that connection to turn deeper. Any variations here, right? Left elbow outside knee. The binds are always available. Maybe. Just keep breathing. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to turn. 3 more breaths. Lift straight up. Roll the shoulders, lift the chest. Turn as you exhale. 1 more breath. Exhale. And when you're ready, inhale, come back to center. Maybe lean back into the hands to extend both legs forward. Give yourself a little bit of a wiggle, maybe a little bit of a bounce. Nothing too violent. And then upright again. Extending both legs and then bending the left knee towards you. So bring that knee in. Heel right up into the seat if you can. From here, same journey. Right? Other side, drop the left knee up to the left. The left foot comes to the inner leg, wherever it needs to be. Take your time to sort of shift the right seat back maybe a little. Turn over the right leg, and if the way is clear, you go. Right? Maybe you stay here working with this. Maybe you walk a little bit, but the hands stay on the floor, either side of the leg. Once you find a bit more depth, you catch ankle or heel or toe mounds. Drawing the right hip back. Inhale, roll the spine forward. Exhale, draw yourself deeper. Keep breathing. Two or three more breaths here. How about one more? All the way empty. When you're ready to come back, use an inhale. Find your way upright. Reach that left hand behind you, out from the left hip. And turning to the left, push into foot and knee and hand. Lift the hip. Lengthen the side body. Open up. Play with this a bit. You can turn more to the ceiling. You can stay to the side. You can catch the head or reach the arm in any direction. Maybe another breath or two. You do you. And then when you're ready, you can inhale to come back to center. And again, lift that left knee up. Step the left foot now outside the right knee. Stay like this with the leg extended, or bend the right leg, right heel towards left hip. But get that left seat down, so you're balanced, then hug the knee in. Sit up nice and tall. Inhale. And as you exhale, start to turn towards the inner thigh, to the left. And keep using the breath. Even when you find your edges and your depth, keep using the breath to expand and lengthen and lift, and then turn. All of these twists are helped by a little arch in the upper back. So that means a lift of the chest and a roll of the shoulders. And then use the shoulder blade. Use that left shoulder blade to turn even deeper. Maybe the hand comes behind you, but it's not asleep. We're not collapsed into it. We're dynamically connected to the earth. We're pushing into the floor. We use that energy back up through the body and turn deeper still. 2 or 3 more breaths. Exhaling completely all the way to empty. And when you're ready, use an inhale to come back to center. Lean back into both hands, extend both legs, and just take a few moments here. Closing these big joints, compressing them, then open them back up. Gives us a rush of prana, of energy, of fluid even, to clear these spaces, the hips, legs, the knees, the ankles. And when you're ready, maybe keep the hands behind you, but turn the fingers towards the seat. We're going to bring the legs together, and then bend the knees enough to bring the feet down to the floor. So you might stay right here and work with a supported bridge pose, or boat pose, or you catch the back of the thighs. Find that sweet spot in the seat, roll the shoulders. Maybe it's just the heels that lift, eventually the feet float. And you can keep hold of the legs anytime you want. You can reach the arms forward. You can even reach the arms up if you like. Maybe lift the feet higher. Find a place that isn't too much of a strain. We want to work for it, but we don't want to blow a gasket. Relax the jaw, soften the gaze, keep the breath going. Another breath or two here, as high as you're going to get. Maybe one more breath here. Exhale. And then from high, nice and slow, nice and controlled, to low, can we hover for a few breaths? You can lift up and down a few times if you like. You can drop right away. Maybe just hang out here, a nice low boat. Another moment or two. Right? And then when you're ready, maybe you just let it all go. Land. Listen. Tune in. Hear what you hear. Feel what you feel. Heartbeat against the floor, breath lifting, hollowing the abdomen. Just give in to gravity for a few moments. If you need a 30-minute Shavasana, then you stay right here. Otherwise, we mindfully bend the knees, bring the knees into the chest maybe, and give ourselves a squeeze. You can rock and roll and maybe bring the forehead to the knees. You can play with this for a bit. Happy baby. It's a perfect place to maybe take the knees wide, soles of the feet towards the ceiling or sky, and catch the feet. We might just be working to roll the sacrum flat and lengthen the back of the neck, or maybe we're drawing knees from side to side. Stay in any of that as long as you need. When you're ready, use an inhale to release the feet and hug the knees in one more time, and then place the feet down on the floor. We've got a few rounds to play with here. Maybe the first one we pulse a little bit. So the feet are planted as close to the seat as you can get them. Arms beside us, head straight, and we're going to pulse a few times. Exhale completely here, go all the way to empty. Wait for the inhale and peel yourself up from tail up through the spine, lift the hips high, and as you exhale, roll yourself back down to the floor. Land, empty. Do that twice more. Inhale, peeling yourself up off the floor. Chest to chin, chin away from chest, lift the hips as high as they'll go. And as you exhale, roll nice and smooth back down. One more time, use your breath. Releasing slowly all the way back down. Hopefully there's space above you to lift the arms now. As you inhale, lift the hips, but reach the arms at the same time towards the ceiling, then to the ground overhead. And as you exhale, release the arms back to the side, to the floor, and the hips land as the hands do. So arms and spine together. Inhale, roll up. Reach up, arms overhead to the floor, the earth. Lift the hips high. And as you exhale, release the hips and the arms together all the way back down. Do that one more time. Follow your breath. Nothing under the head. Head to the floor. All the way back down. All right. Land here for a moment. If any of that was revealing or healing for you, you can stay with it. Maybe with 2 more back bends coming, we start with that low bridge. If you're ready to plant the hands by the ears and do a couple rounds of upward facing bow, then go for it. Otherwise, shoulders stay down. Inhale, lift the hips up. Right? Really planting the feet, using the legs to lift the hips higher. Push the chest to the chin. Chin moves away from the chest. Right? And we're going to stay for a handful of breaths. You can stay longer with a block under the sacrum. Right? If you've worked with me before, you know this. Or roll the shoulders deeper, lace the fingers together, and use that dynamic connection to lift even higher. Maybe just stay 3 or 4 more breaths. And if you're working with that upward facing bow, and some of you are, This pose will change when the arms go straight. Right? Yeah, work the arms straight or push into the feet to get the chest out over the wrists. Feel real support and grounded here. Take another breath or two. Right? And if you've already come out, don't wait too long. If you're ready to release, release now. Yeah. Take a count or two here. And then one more round. So it can be the same. It can be supported low bridge. It could be with the arms underneath you without the support, or you plant the hands by the ears, collect your power, push into the floor, and lift all the way up. I want to say 5 of my breaths. That might be 10 of yours. So keep breathing. Keep breathing. And if you need to reassess and adjust, do that, right? Shift it, lengthen, lift even higher. A few more breaths here. You can come out, but maybe you come back in. All right, one more breath. And again, you can stay longer. Lift, lift, lift. And then be cool about it when you're ready. Nice and slow. Lower all the way back in. Don't run from it. Take the feet a little bit further away, take them wider, drop the knees to touch each other, and just land in all that sensation. Right, breathe. Feel the heartbeat against the floor. Be there as the abdomen rises and falls. And if you really got to work with it, by all means, maybe the knees wipe side to side a few times, maybe the feet join, the knees fall out, maybe give yourself another hug. And once you're good with all that, and you come back to center, there's no rush. We've got a few minutes to get our legs up in the air. So it could be shoulder stand, plow, and then headstand. It could be just the shoulder stand. It could be just the headstand. Or maybe if you're not working into either of those shapes, you just take your legs up into the air. You can use your hands or a cushion or a block under the sacrum for support. And if you need something else, now's your chance. Find your way into a sustainable shape. Find your way into a shape that is moving towards quiet and still. Every once in a while there's going to be a shift, a roll of the shoulders, a bit of a walk of the hands maybe. But for most of these breaths, the majority of these moments, you're steady. The breath, the body, because of that, the heart, the mind, all falls in line. Keep breathing. After you can hold these shoulder stands or headstands for a few minutes, maybe you play with the variations, the leg variations, the arm variations. Headstand eventually turns into child's pose. No rush. Still got plenty of time here. The shoulder stands might turn into halasana or plow, which might be a shape you stay in for a few breaths or longer. You might just pass through to roll flat eventually for a counter pose. Matsyasana or fish from that shoulder stand maybe. Arms beside you, push elbows to the floor to lift the chest, take the head back to open the throat. And maybe you're still in the shoulder stand, or still in the headstand, or still have the legs in the air. When you're done, find your way onto your back. Maybe draw the knees into the chest again. Give yourself a squeeze. So that we can rock forward and back a few times along the spine. It could be just little rocks, and maybe they get bigger and bigger. Eventually we roll all the way up, extend the legs to fold forward. There's no rush in this, right? So all the way upright, extend the legs, find the support you need. Right? Maybe it's something low under the feet. Maybe a block for the forehead, or a bolster or a cushion underneath the knees to make this more restorative. And again, if the space is clear, if you're open, and get deep into this forward fold, make it active. Anywhere along that spectrum. From supported and restorative to singing and strong. Keep using the breath. The inhale to roll the spine forward. Exhale to deepen. All the doors are open. We've explored and moved through every space. Cleared, healed, released, listened to, grown, evolved, learned. Now maybe it's time to just be here. Be now. Starting to realize maybe that these walls, these spaces are only separate because of our imagination, our mind. Maybe all those walls come down. Maybe we realize that we are the door. It is open. And you're already inside. Already home. Maybe you wiggle a little bit deeper still for a few more minutes here. I say a few minutes, but that's really eventually 3, 2, 3, 4 breaths. They're long, these breaths. And there's pauses in between. 3, 2 breaths a minute, eventually 1. You stay in this forward fold longer if you like. When you're ready to return, find yourself upright. If you need a counter pose by lifting the hips with the hands behind you, by all means. But when you're ready, you might join me sitting. Grounded, balanced, centered. I am the door. I am open. Make it as simple as stepping into that inner space and arriving home. Keep following the breath. Long, complete inhale, pause, float, enjoy the view at the top. Smooth, complete exhale, touching the bottom, pausing there, quiet and still. It's all in perfect timing. All doubt has been crushed. We have stepped into our warrior status, knowing that all things have come back around. We've pulled back our arrows, we've shot for our souls. Here, Strong Lake Mountain, we call this place home. If you're absorbed in it, then just stay. If and when you need, slide back to that Shavasana shape. And as you land, make all the adjustments, mindfully, directly, feet wide, arms wide, hips and shoulders heavy. Drop all effort. Legs and the arms, release them. Let gravity take your earth, your bones, your body, your head. And let the sky take your spirit. Relax. Completely relax. as you are, as long as you need. When it's time to come back to breath. Let that lead to movement, fingers, toes, wrists, ankles. Roll around a little, that long morning stretch might be nice, arms overhead, and reach and stretch. Let go. Knees in carefully, roll to a side, maybe the right. Pause here until you're ready. Ready to roll around and join us in a seat. Land a moment to get grounded, balanced, centered. To soak up, to float in, to integrate the effects of our efforts, our practice. Maybe, just maybe, we start to see these doors everywhere. Everything, every being, every moment, a door that is open, and a door that leads us home. The opportunity to step into that space, that oneness, it's always there. Maybe bring your hands together again. Take a moment to close with gratitude. As always, and I mean this, I'm grateful for you and your efforts that benefit me and mine greatly. I appreciate Cecily's presence, her practice to help guide us. Until next time, thank you. Also super grateful for Trevor Hall's new album. If you hadn't heard it yet, it's called In Through the Body. Get on it, right? Let me know what you think. If you need me, let me know. Otherwise, I'll see you next time.